What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work our way up through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We're here at the Imola Grand Prix for the final round of the 2013 season. It all comes down to this. We are currently, if we have a look at the driver's standings going into today's episode, we are currently 4th in the driver's standings, which is exactly what we need to drive for Ferrari next season. Now, if you are unfamiliar with all the rules and you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, then where have you been? This is the finale of Season 4. You have missed a lot of episodes, but if you do want to go catch up, check out the card annotation in the top right-hand corner of your screens. You'll find the previous episode at Brands Hatch, and you will also find the whole entire playlist for you to catch up with all of the episodes that you have missed. But the rules of this series will all be down in the description below. Basically, where we place in the driver's standings this season determines who we will drive for next season. So 4th place at the moment where we are in the driver's standings is a Ferrari seat for next season. But we are only 6 points ahead of Nico Rosberg, so he could easily overtake us this weekend and drop us back down into a Mclaren seat, which is P5. Looking at the top of the standings as well, there was only 1 point separating Fernando Alonso, my teammate, and Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. 1 point separating those two drivers going into the final race of the season. So it's really interesting to see which one of those two drivers will come out on top. Constructors' standings now, and Ferrari have now overtaken Mercedes for the lead of the Constructors. But the gap is only 13 points going into the final race of this season. So Ferrari could easily lose out that gap to Mercedes. Mercedes could easily overtake us if Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg have a really good race day. So there is a lot on the line going into the final race of the season. Fingers crossed, though, that we can hold on to these positions. But without any further ado, let's head over to the qualifying session. Here we go then. 1 shot qualifying time for this Imola Grand Prix. It's going to get slowed all the way down in towards this final corner. Maximize the exit as much as we possibly can. Use the curves across the line. And let's get this lap underway. Putting it into rich mix. Trying to set the best possible lap that we can. What can we do though? Look at that. So far, so good. Going purple through sectors 1 and sector 2. Flying through the final chicane there. Maybe running it a little bit too wide, but still 1/10 of a second up at the moment. Can we keep it there though? Here we go then, down towards the final chicane. Was the lap time going to be good enough for? Into the left, then the right, down towards the line, running it wide across the line. Is enough for pole? Yes, it is. Get in by 9/10 of a second, a whole second faster there than Fernando Alonso. Get in. That's what we needed. First pole of the season, and it's come right at the end of the season. What a result. And that is exactly what we needed, because we need to be ahead of Rosberg. We need to be ahead of Hamilton if we want to stay where we are in the 2 championships. Alonso's in second. We beat him by 9/10 of a second. It was so close though. So close between Alonso, Vettel and Nico Rosberg and even Lewis Hamilton. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter because we have smashed pole position. What a lap time there from myself. So happy about that. So happy about that. It's a shame that I couldn't do it driving as myself. Unfortunately, it had to be at the classic tracks. But still, pole position, I will take that. Alonso is in second. That is actually, I'm pretty sure that is the first time this whole season that I've beaten a teammate in qualifying. I think I may have beaten Kimi Räikkönen once, actually, in a qualifying session. But that is the first time I've beaten Fernando Alonso in a qualifying session. So I'm so happy about that. I'm so chuffed to finally beat Fernando Alonso right at the end of the season. But it is myself in pole position. Alonso alongside me in second with Sebastian Vettel third. Then Nico Rosberg is in 4th. On the 3rd row, we've got Lewis Hamilton, then Mark Webber. On the 4th row, you've got Kimi Räikkönen and Sergio Perez with Roman Grosjean 9th. And Nico Hülkenberg rounding out the top 10. Jenson Button and Paul di Resta just missing out on the top 10. They're here today. Any surprise in qualifying? Not really. So what can we do from pole position in the race? Can we convert it into another race win this season? We won the Brands Hatch Grand Prix last time around. Can we make it 2 in a row? Let's find out. It's race time. It is the final round of this 2013 season here at the Imola Grand Prix. And we line up in pole position for today's race. Our first pole position of the season comes at the final round of the 2013 season, and I am chuffed a bits that we have finally managed to do it, especially at a track like Imola. What a fantastic result. Race strategy for today, starting on the option tyres, pitting for the primes on lap 6 of the 16-lap race. Cautious fuel strategy, and we'll be looking to try and hold on to the lead of the race and convert this pole into a win. We just have to wait and see for that. 0% chance of rain though, nothing else to talk about, so let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. There we are, lining up in pole position for the final round of this 2013 season. We've got Alonso in second, Vettel in third, then it's Rosberg, and then it's Hamilton. It is the fight for not only the championship today, but also for the constructors' standings as well. It all goes down to the final round of the season as we go to 5 red lights. It is lights out, and away we go for the Imola Grand Prix. And it's a great start compared to Fernando Alonso, using all of my curves to defend with, as we've now got Sebastian Vettel going for the attack down in towards turn 1. He's going to try, but he can't quite get the job done up the inside. We've held on to the lead there, putting up into Rich Mix now, defending our position, and those guys dropping quite a bit back. However, the good news is Alonso still ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Oh, no, I've made a mistake there already into the hairpin. That's not a good start to the race. That's going to allow Sebastian Vettel through on the left-hand side, but we know that we can get it back. We know we're quick. We know we are quick around this circuit. And look at that, getting a sort of a switchback move on Sebastian Vettel, nearly able to get past the Red Bull driver. Not quite yet. We're going to take it nice and easy though through this corner. Oh, Vettel braking very sharply through there, as I felt like I could carry so much more speed. What can we do through this next corner? We're going to brake a little bit and then go for the attack on the exit. Here we go on Sebastian Vettel. Much better exit than a Red Bull driver. Alonso's running wide. No! Alonso, what happened there? What happened to Alonso? Did we make contact? He goes right up behind me. He goes into the back of me, backs off, then gets a hit. Does he get a hit from the Mercedes behind him? I'm not too sure. He slows down and then sort of just gets, yeah, he gets a hit from the Mercedes, which pushes him out of the braking zone wide, and unfortunately is way down the field. So if he wants to win the championship here today, he's going to have to work his socks off at the moment. So we're getting a great run through the chicane. Here we go. Great overtake there on Sebastian Vettel, side by side on the run down in towards this double left-hander. And there we go. Job done on Sebastian Vettel, up into the lead of the race once again. This time, can we stay here? Lewis Hamilton up into third position at the moment. So it was in fact Lewis Hamilton that bumped my teammate off the road. Of course, those two cutting the corner there. That's not good enough from me. But those two are, of course, battling for the championship at the moment. So once again, Lewis Hamilton taking the championship into his own hands. He did it in Rags to Riches the first time around in the F1 2014 season against me. Now he's doing it against Fernando Alonso. Not a clean driver is Lewis Hamilton in these Rags to Riches episodes. Looks like Sebastian Vettel, I think, has just come into the pits here on lap 4 going into lap 5. So once again, the Red Bull team at the classic tracks going for the two-stop strategy. I think a lot of other drivers are going for that two-stop strategy as well. Mark Webber and Lewis Hamilton have dropped off massively behind us at the moment. So I don't know whether they pitted earlier on in the race. I'm not too sure. But if Alonso does the same strategy as me, goes for the one-stopper, he could easily come back through the field. So fingers crossed, Fernando Alonso can do just that. I'm not too sure whereabouts he is at the moment. Of course, he did get put right to the back. I mean, he literally got put right to the back. There was nobody else behind him after that collision. Mark Webber at the moment trying to hold off Lewis Hamilton, which will help us quite a lot in the championship. I'm not too sure whether my win would be enough to hold on to the championship lead in the constructors at the moment, but it definitely won't be enough for Fernando Alonso, who only has a 1-point lead over Lewis Hamilton at the moment. So he needs something to happen to Hamilton in this final race. Right, whereabouts is Fernando Alonso? We'll probably get a good view on the minimap now. Still cannot see him, so maybe he has come into the pits on the previous lap. I'm not entirely sure. We're probably going to have Lewis Hamilton and Mark Webber into the pits. However, Nico Rosberg did not pit. So Webber definitely going to pit on this lap. Will Hamilton and Rosberg though? Okay, Mark Webber has definitely come into the pits on that previous lap. Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg at the moment deciding that they want to stay out. So it looks like it's only the Red Bull drivers going for that two-stop strategy. And both times, oh, that's not a good line through there. Although we did manage to make up for it, I suppose. But both times, that two-stop strategy has not worked out for them. So I don't know why they keep on doing it. Okay, but we will be coming into the pits on this lap. So putting it down into lean mix as we come into the pit lane. I'm pretty sure you can just fly straight into this pit lane. Yes, you can. Oh, my heart was in my mouth there. If we weren't allowed to do that as we go into the fastest lap of the race by doing that, that's pretty incredible stuff. I don't think that lap time's going to be beaten now. But, oh my god, if I went straight into the wall there, I would have been so upset. We're going to come out of the pits, still in 4th place, I think. 4th place. Yeah, we're going to come out of the pits in 4th place. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Putting up into Rich Mix just for this lap, just to make sure, even though we did have a 7-second lead as we came into the pits, I just want to make sure that I'm going to be in the lead when I come out of it. I've got Ricciardo behind me, Grosjean ahead of me, and I think then it's a McLaren just ahead of him. I am catching up so much to the back of Roman Grosjean and this McLaren. I want to say it's Sergio Perez because he's the number 2 driver. Running it a little bit wide there through that corner. That's not the best of lines, but just about getting the car turned through on that one. Grosjean will be coming into the pits on this lap, so I'm going to move to the left-hand side just in case he tries to brake check me. And there he goes into the pit lane. So does the McLaren of Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton as we cross the line and retake the lead of the Imola Grand Prix. What a race this has been. We are so far out in front at the moment. I'm going to put it back down into standard mix in a second. Just want to get through these corners first. But, yeah, so far so good. We are well ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber. And it looks like we're going to win today's race. Hopefully no commentators curse there. 6.6 seconds is the gap at the moment to Vettel. And I'm pretty sure he's on a 2-stop strategy. So it looks like, although Hamilton's in 3rd now, so I think maybe Mark Webber might be out this race because we dropped down to 21 drivers. So Lewis Hamilton up into 3rd place. Not too sure what on earth's gone on there. Okay, then it looks like Sebastian Vettel has come into the pits now for his 2nd stop. He's just gone onto the prime tyres, which now promotes Lewis Hamilton into 2nd and Sergio Perez up into 3rd. Although it was Nico Rosberg in 3rd place, so not too sure what's going on there. But if Sergio Perez can get a shock podium in today's race, that'll be absolutely incredible stuff. I don't even know where everybody else is in the field right now, but it's myself in 1st, Lewis Hamilton 2nd, and somehow Sergio Perez is up into 3rd. As I run it wide there. That's not a good line. However, running it wide once. Oh, okay. No. Let's stop this. We've got a 16-second lead. We don't need to push. Let's not make any mistakes. Let's get the car home and let's just, take it easy. Look at that. New fastest lap of the race. I thought it couldn't be beaten, the one where I came into the pit lane. But a 124.9, we are going quick at the moment. Even though I said I need to calm down, stop pushing like hell, somehow we're still going quicker. Love that. But where is Alonso? Come on, Alonso. I need you to beat Hamilton. I want you to win the championship. Come on. Although Sergio Perez is actually catching up to Lewis Hamilton. So that could be quite interesting going into the final couple of laps. Sergio Perez overtaking Lewis Hamilton for 2nd place. Look at that. 1.5 second gap between those 2 drivers. Come on, Perez. Do it for me, son. Come on. And another fastest lap. Look at that. And another one. And another one. We the greatest at Imola. That's what we are. We the greatest at the moment. Absolutely smashing it. Got like a 20-second lead over Lewis Hamilton right now. It's so easy. Like, we could come into the pits for a new set of soft tyres and we'd still be ahead of Hamilton. What on earth is going on? And another one. 9 tenths faster this time around than our previous best lap. What on earth is going on? How do we keep on finding time? This is what I mean about learning new tracks. You just keep on finding time every single lap. You can just brake a little later, push a little harder, and that's what it's achieving. A 123.6 at the moment. Perez, though, only 6 tenths behind Lewis Hamilton at the moment. It's pretty good news if I do say so myself. If Sergio Perez can get past Lewis Hamilton, 5 tenths. Oh, no. We're too busy looking at the top right left-hand corner. Not what we want to do. However, we've got such a huge lead, a 25-second gap over Lewis Hamilton, that it just really doesn't matter. We can make as many mistakes as we want. Look, we can just run wide there. It doesn't matter at the moment. I've got a 25-second lead, but Perez, if you can get past Lewis Hamilton, that'd be absolutely incredible. And take him out at the same time. Just get him outside the points. Oh, look at that. 2 tenths of a second between those 2 drivers. Come on, Perez. Get past him. Go for the lead. Oh, I mean, at least go for 2nd place. And maybe not the lead, because that's quite a bit out of your reach. But go for 2nd place. Come on, boy. You can do it. Here we go then. Final lap of this Imola Grand Prix. We come down to cross the line and get the final lap underway. 25-second lead over Sergio Perez, over Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez at the moment. Very, very happy about that. I mean, what else can we do? 25-second lead I'll take that at the end of the day. Not too sure whereabouts Fernando Alonso is. Disappointed that he's not going to win the championship, obviously, but at the end of the day, he got punted off the road by Lewis Hamilton. Once again, Lewis Hamilton punting his rivals off the road to gain his championship. So it's not looking good there for the Mercedes driver. Hopefully this does not continue into 2014, because I'll be hoping to challenge for the championship as well in the Ferrari car. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, back to this race. Just sort of, you know, getting through the last couple of corners now, getting on this race. It's been a pretty simple race for us. Unfortunately, Sergio Perez not able to get past Lewis Hamilton at the end of the day. It's not been the easiest of races for any of us, as I accidentally cut the corner through the chicane there. But for me, it's just been, you know, a joyful ride. It's just been a nice Sunday drive here today in Italy, or in San Marino, wherever it is. So, yeah, not too bad at the end of the day as I come through the final couple of corners. I really want to know where Alonso finished, because I feel really, really disappointed for him. It wasn't his fault at the end of the day, but unfortunately he's going to finish outside the points. We come through the final corner now to win the Imola Grand Prix. Forza Ferrari. Great job for us all today. And that's going to help us secure 4th place in the championship. What a fantastic result. A Ferrari seat for next season. F1 2013 is done. And unfortunately, Fernando Alonso could not get back into the points. And I don't think that Mercedes got enough points to overtake us in the Constructors' Championship as well, which is really, really good news. But such a messed up grid here today. Once again, the two-stop strategy for the Red Bull team not working to their favour. Where was Alonso? All the way down in 14th place. Not a good day for him at all. Not a good day for Fernando Alonso. Not too sure what happened. Maybe that happened to quite a lot of drivers as well, just getting sort of hit into that corner where they back off a little bit and then just get hit straight into the gravel and the runoff areas. So disappointment there for Fernando Alonso, but it's a race win here today for myself. Lewis Hamilton, the new world champion, is 2nd place, but a lot of controversy going into this 2014 season, because you know, I don't believe that he should be world champion after punting Fernando Alonso off the road just like he did to myself in 2014. I mean, I haven't forgot that. I have not forgot that, Lewis. And when we are battling for the championship next season, I am not going to give you any room at all. But Sergio Perez, he finishes in 3rd with Kimi Räikkönen 4th, and it's Romain Grosjean 5th. Sebastian Vettel finishes in 6th with Nico Rosberg 7th, and it's Paul di Resta in 8th. Adrian Sutil 9th, Daniel Ricciardo getting the final championship point here today. Esteban Gutierrez and John McVerne just missing out on the points, with Jenson Button, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg not having good races at all. Any other surprises? Valtteri Bottas in the Williams finishing behind Guido van der Garde and Jules Bianchi. So not a good day for him. And Mark Webber, yes, he did DNF. Mark Webber was the only driver to DNF there, so not a good day for him. And Charles Pic beating Pastor Maldonado as well, which is a bit of a surprise. Right, anything else to talk about? No, not really. So let's see how the driver standings look after today's race and find out who we are driving for in the 2014 season. Okay then, let's take a look at the driver standings for the final time of the F1 2013 season, and it is Lewis Hamilton who wins the Drivers' Championship, beating my teammate of Fernando Alonso. Like I said, in a controversial way, it's up to you guys to really decide, you know, whether he should have been penalised or not. Obviously, he's not going to be penalised. He has won the championship. The 2013 championship does belong to Lewis Hamilton. But do you feel like he forced Alonso off the road? Do you feel like he should have been punished or not? I want to know from you guys. But Alonso finishes the championship in 2nd place with Sebastian Vettel, who dropped off quite a bit at the end of the season, mainly because of these classic tracks. You know, for some reason the Red Bulls decided to go for the two-stop strategy. But even before that, in the last 4 rounds before that, Sebastian Vettel wasn't really anywhere. So unfortunately, he was way off the pace and finishes in 3rd place. We finish in 4th, which means that we will be driving for Ferrari next season. We're driving for the red team. Once again, our contract has been renewed, and I'm looking forward to driving for Ferrari, because I mean, the first time we did Rags to Riches, we drove for them in the last part of the season, and we contended for the Drivers' Championship going into the final race of the season. So fingers crossed, something like that can happen again. Nico Rosberg, he finished in 5th overall, quite a bit off of my points in the end, so disappointing there for Nico Rosberg. as he was actually a championship contender at the beginning of the season. Now he's way down in 5th place. Mark Webber just about holds on to P6 ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, who loses out by 1 point. If he got past Sergio Perez in today's race, he would have been in that 6th place, and Mark Webber would have been dropped down into 7th. Nico Hulkenberg overtakes Jenson Button for 8th place, I think that is. So Jenson Button moves down into 9 with Roman Grosjean rounding out the top 10. And now I have a little treat for you at this final race of the season. Do you want to know? Do you want to know who finished 11th in the driver's standings? Because you're going to love this. It was Sergio Perez, which means the butt groper returns for this final round of the 2013 season. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Before we look at the constructors standings, and we held it on to the constructors standings by the skin of our teeth. 1 point separated Ferrari and Mercedes at the final round of this 2013 season, but we did it at the end of the day. We are Constructors World Champions, baby. What a fantastic result for both of the two drivers and the whole team. So a great result for us. I'm very, very happy with that. With Mercedes in 2nd, Red Bull 3rd, then Lotus in 4th, McLaren 5th, Sauber in 6th, Force India 7th, Williams, getting 18 points, with Toro Rosso behind them with 15 points. Then the Marussias and the Caterhams at the bottom of the field, scoring 0 points this season. Can they score any points in the 2014 season, though? We will just have to wait and see. But that is it for today's race, and that is it for the 2013 season. Thank you guys very much for joining me for this season. 2014 will be underway very, very shortly. You won't have to wait long. It might be today, it might be tomorrow. You'll just have to wait and see for that one. But I cannot wait to get the 2014 season underway and try and challenge for the championship with Ferrari. Of course, it all comes down to this. This is the final season that we can now challenge for the Drivers' Championship. So fingers crossed we can do just that. However, if you guys have enjoyed today's Imola Grand Prix, don't forget to smash a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula 1 content. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. And I will see you next time for the start of the 2014 season. But until then, it's goodbye from me.